For the next few minutes, this isn't just a talk. This is a shift. A shift in your awareness, your energy, and the way you see the world. Because by the time we're done, you won't just understand what's been holding you back. You'll feel it dissolving. You'll begin to notice how reality has been mirroring your energy all along, shaping itself based on what you've been sending out. And once that realization clicks, everything starts aligning effortlessly. Before we go further, I write in the comment this mantra: I attract prosperity and wisdom in my life, to increase the positive energy in your life. So here's what I ask of you. For this moment, silence the outside noise. Be fully present, not just to hear these words, but to step into them, to absorb them as a new way of being. Because this isn't just knowledge, it's a doorway. Now think back to a time when you deeply wanted something so badly it consumed your thoughts. Maybe it was a dream job, a person, an opportunity. You visualized it, chased it, held onto it tightly, and yet no matter what you did, it felt just out of reach. Now compare that to another moment, one where something amazing unfolded effortlessly. You weren't obsessing over it, you weren't even expecting it, and yet somehow it showed up, almost as if the universe just placed it right in your hands. Why does this happen? Why do the things we grip so tightly seem to slip away, while the things we detach from flow toward us? There's a hidden force behind this, a principle most people overlook. Not because it's complicated, but because it's the opposite of what we've been taught. Here's the truth. Your reality isn't something happening to you, it's something happening through you. The energy you project is what shapes what you attract. Most people believe they're waiting for life to change, but in reality, life is waiting for them to change. Look at your own experience. How many times have you longed for something only to push it further away? And then, the moment you surrendered, stopped grasping, stopped overthinking, it suddenly arrived? That wasn't luck. That wasn't random. That was alignment. Because when you chase something with desperation, you're affirming its absence. You're sending a message to the universe that you don't have it, and reality reflects that right back to you. But the moment you relax into certainty, the moment you become the version of you that already has it, it starts moving toward you. Not because you gave up, not because you no longer wanted it, but because you finally stopped resisting it. This is what Neville Goddard was pointing to all along. He said, assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled, and that assumption sustained will harden into fact. Now really take that in. He didn't say wish for it. He didn't say hope for it. He said assume it. An assumption isn't effort, it's certainty. When something is already yours in your mind, you're not chasing, you're not searching for signs, you're not wondering when it's coming, you just know. And that's exactly why the most powerful thing you can do is nothing. Because the moment you step into the knowing that it's already done, you stop interfering. You stop analyzing, you stop doubting, you stop trying to control every step, and that's when things begin to unfold. Because now, reality has space to move in your favor. Think about it, the things you've obsessed over always seem to take forever, while the things you barely think about appear effortlessly. Why? Because when you're detached, there's no resistance, no overthinking, no waiting, no energetic block. It just flows. So here's the real question. How do you shift into that effortless receiving state without pretending you don't care? Because let's be honest, you do care. You can't trick yourself into detachment. You can't sit there saying, okay, I don't care anymore while secretly checking, hoping, waiting. That's not letting go. That's resisting. And reality doesn't respond to what you say. It responds to what you feel. So how do you actually shift? How do you let go without forcing it, without struggling to suppress desire, without pretending? Because once you master this, everything changes. And that's exactly what I'm about to walk you through. First, stop chasing. Right now, whether you realize it or not, you've been operating in "I need this to happen" mode, and that energy is keeping it away. Every time you think, "Where is it?" or "Why isn't it here yet?" you're reinforcing its absence. And let's be real, if you already had it, would you be searching for it? No. So ask yourself this, if it was already done, how would you feel? Would you be anxious? No. Would you keep checking? No. Would you doubt? No. You'd be calm. You'd be certain. You'd be aligned. And that is the energy that draws it in. Because when you stop seeking proof, when you stop waiting, when you stop grasping, you naturally step into the state of already having it. And that's when it comes to you effortlessly. From this moment forward, release the need to search, to wait, to question. Step into the energy of knowing, not hoping, not wishing, knowing. Because the moment you do, everything begins to shift. Subtly at first, then all at once. And now, let me show you how to stay in this state without falling back into doubt. Stay with me. Now that you've stopped chasing, the next step is holding the energy of already having it without slipping into doubt. This is where most people stumble. At first, they feel empowered. I've got this. It's already mine. But then time passes, an hour, a day, maybe two, and suddenly that little voice creeps in. But where is it? That moment? That's the test. Because the instant you start searching, questioning, checking for proof, you shift right back into the energy of lack. And that's the very thing that keeps it out of reach. So how do you break that cycle? You make peace with not knowing when or how it will arrive. Read that again. This is where the real transformation happens. Most people can assume for a moment, but they can't let go of the timeline. They can't surrender the how. But when you do, you become unstoppable. Because the second you stop needing to know when it will happen, you prove to reality that it already has. And when you're no longer chasing, no longer waiting, no longer looking for signs, it has no choice but to show up. So here's your new rule. When doubt creeps in, do nothing. Don't react, don't spiral, don't overthink. Let it pass through you like a breeze. Because the moment you can sit in that space, calm, unshaken, certain, you shift into effortless receiving. And that's when everything starts aligning. Now, let's talk about the final step, the part that locks this in permanently. Stay with me. At this point, you've done the two most important things. You've stopped chasing, you've stayed in the energy of having without letting doubt pull you back. Now it's time to solidify it. Here's the key. You must learn to be at peace with the silence before the manifestation. This is where most people slip. They step into knowing, they let go, and then they expect something to happen instantly. They think, all right, I've done it, so where is it? And that thought alone, it puts them right back into waiting mode. Here's something you need to realize. There's always a space between setting your intention and seeing it materialize. That space, it's not a delay. It's alignment in progress. The universe isn't holding out on you. It's reorganizing to match the new version of you. And now your only task is this. Keep moving forward, stay open, stay steady, and refuse to fall into the trap of doubt. Because when you can sit in that quiet space without scrambling for signs or trying to force things into place, everything begins shifting. Effortlessly, seamlessly, and often better than you imagined. So from this moment on, whenever impatience creeps in, whenever you catch yourself wondering, is it working? Pause. Do nothing. Not out of indifference, but out of certainty. Because when you truly know something is yours, you don't chase it, you let it unfold. And when you master this, you'll never have to seek again, because everything you desire will start seeking you. Now you understand, manifestation isn't about pushing, forcing, or proving. It's about allowing. The instant you stop overanalyzing, stop grasping, stop looking for proof, the pieces begin falling into place. You don't need constant reassurance. You don't need to question when or how, because the moment you fully embody the energy of already having it, reality has no choice but to align. And now it's your move. You can go back to second guessing, waiting, and wondering, or you can embrace the one shift that changes everything, total surrender. So let's make it real. Drop a "I trust, I receive" in the comments to seal this in. Feel it, own it. Let it be final. And if this message spoke to you, hit like, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs this shift. Because sometimes the most powerful action is no action at all. If you've made it this far, drop a 100 in the comments. It shows you are part of the 1% that's improving every single day. And that shift, that's where the magic happens.